My name is Michael Young, and I'm a lawyer who handles will contests and other contested estates in Texas. You're the executor of a will, or you're the primary beneficiary of a will that's been offered for probate, and someone has filed a will contest. What are 5 common mistakes that I see in that situation? Well, the first is just assuming that the will speaks for itself. It was validly prepared, witnessed by 2 disinterested people, signed by the testator. It was either used a good form or prepared by an estate planning lawyer, so it must be valid. Well, technically it may be valid, but that doesn't mean it's going to be admitted to probate or that it's not going to be overturned if a successful will contest is filed. Which leads to my second point. Waiting too long to hire a lawyer to defend the will. Now, if the executor of the will, the proponent of the will, is going to have a lawyer to assist them in filing that will for probate, but typically what I see, that lawyer may be the lawyer who prepared the will or who handles routine probates. They won't necessarily be an estate litigation lawyer. Third, talking to the other side, the contestant, often members of the same family, about the facts of the case before you consult a lawyer. I tell clients in that situation, assume that every phone call or possibly every meeting is being recorded and what you say can be used against you. 4, ignoring the executor's duties. And by that I mean distributing assets when a will contest has been filed. Even if the will has been admitted to probate and you've been appointed by the court as an executor, once a contest is filed, you cannot just assume that the will ultimately be upheld. And so you shouldn't distribute assets to a beneficiary or pay claims necessarily until the will contest is resolved. 5, and going back to an earlier point, you need a lawyer, but what you really need is a lawyer who's experienced in handling will contests. For example, I don't draft wills and trusts, and I typically don't handle routine probates. There are tons of great lawyers in Texas who do those. But there are much fewer number of lawyers who handle contested estates. And that's typically the only types of estates I handle, contested litigated estates. And it's a different skill set from a lawyer who is going to prepare wills and trusts and to represent executors or administrators in handling the estate administration side. If you're involved in a will contest, feel free to give me a call and we can discuss the facts of the case and what type of representation you'll need.